All right, folks, so we are going to make your vocabulary page for Module 3, and this is operations with integers, so we're going to be talking a lot about add, subtract, multiply, divide. And a lot of this is going to be a review from last year, and even to some extent, even some of the lower grades, okay? You need to get a piece of loose leaf paper. You need to keep your math workbook open to page 126 because you're going to be using these vocabulary terms up here at the top, okay? Now I'm going to move mine over here. And again, same as with the other video. As you need to stop this video, pause the video, and complete what needs to be done, okay? All right, so at the top of your loose leaf paper, you are going to title it Module 3 Vocabulary Page. All right, and what this is going to be is a way for you to easily recall all of the vocabulary for a unit in one place, because you'll notice we're going to revisit a couple of these at a time in different lessons throughout the unit, okay? But this is going to be something when I study for my test, I have all my vocabulary with examples and things to remember it by in one area, okay? And we want it to be nice and neat, and this is going to go in that 3-ring binder. All right, so we have our title. Okay, underneath it, this is our unit title, Operations with Integers. So pause, copy it. All right, then you're going to take a few minutes, and you are going to copy down those vocabulary terms that are on the top of page 126. You see mine are here. You could actually pause the video and write down exactly what I have, okay? You do need to include this. It says highlight and define as you come to these terms. What that means is as you see absolute value in your book, you're going to highlight it and then you're going to define it. You're not going to define all these words right away. We're going to do it as we get there, all right? And then it says glossary starts on page GL1 in the back of the workbook. So it's back there near your foldables, okay? So pause, jot all this down, okay? Now, you're not going to do this today. You are done for what you need to do with your vocabulary page for today, all right? I'm going to show you what you're going to do when you come across one of these words, okay? So, in lesson 1, when we get there, the first word that we are going to come across is absolute value. Okay, I don't want to write in this book, so I'm not going to. So what I would do, I would highlight absolute value. If you have colored pencils or something, same thing, box it, underline it, however you want to do it. Okay, then I come back here to my sheet. I highlight it. I document what page it's on, okay? And then I define it. And folks, it's in the very back of your textbook. So I'm going to go back here, my glossary, and it's the first word. Okay, and your glossary is GL1. And remember, we just wrote that down. And I wrote it exactly how it's seen here. Okay? Now, I included some things that make sense to me. Okay, when I talk about distance, I like to think how far, not just distance. Okay, I like to say that to myself too. It helps me remember what absolute value actually is. Okay, and we're going to talk more about that when we get there. This is just showing you the format. Okay, all right, and then a symbol, an example, and with absolute value, I showed you the number line. It's 3 spaces away, which means the absolute value of -3 is 3, or I can use the symbols and I get the same thing. Absolute value is always positive. Think about distance. This whole bottom section is just stuff that I know, okay? So after we teach lesson 1, you're going to know some of those things. You're going to hear me say some of those things. So when you go to your vocabulary page, you're going to be able to add the stuff that works for you, okay? So real quick before the video cuts me off, okay? This right here is all you need on your page right now, okay? Go ahead and knock it out. Get it in that 3-ring binder. That's going to be what we use that binder for now, Okay, when we come back to school, we'll get it